Welcome, beautiful souls. This is Lotus and Light Studio. Take one slow breath. Do not come into this space looking for predictions. Come only if you're willing to see the places inside yourself that you normally avoid. The energy today is not gentle. It does not come to comfort your mind. It comes to expose what your soul has tolerated for far too long. If there is one question sitting inside your heart, hold it quietly. Do not chase an answer. Allow the answer to chase you. Sometimes divine guidance arrives like soft rain. Sometimes it arrives like fire. So today it arrives like fire. I can say that. So let's begin. Our first card is wow, Mayuga Shakti. Look carefully. The face is fierce. The third eye is awake. The mouth is open. Do not assume this representation as anger. This is not anger. This is an interruption. This is the force that interrupts unconscious living. Mostly you spend entire life asleep while believing that you are awake. You wake up, go to work, eat, react, complain, repeat year after year. Then you ask, why does my life never change? Because nothing inside you has changed. Your Yuga Shakti does not arrive because your circumstances are difficult. She arrives because your consciousness has become repetitive. Every human being carries their own Yuga. The scriptures speak of Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga. But let me ask you another question. What Yuga exists inside of you? Some of you might live in Satya consciousness. Everything you do comes from truth. Others might live inside Kali consciousness. Everything comes from fear, competition, comparison, survival, attachment. The external age matters far less than the age your own consciousness is living in. Yuga Shakti appears when your internal age has become toxic. She comes to destroy that psychological time, not the clock time, but the psychological time. That endless story of yours saying, I will become peaceful someday, I will start later, I will heal next year, I will meditate when life settles. She tears that illusion apart because there is only now. Her scream represents something very few practitioners understand. It's not directed towards the world, it is directed towards the sleeping self. Your own higher consciousness is screaming, wake up, stop negotiating with ignorance. Every time you postpone your truth, you strengthen your illusion. Ignorance does not disappear because you learn more spiritual information. Ignorance disappears when your inner self loses interest in protecting itself. Many seekers accumulate books, courses, initiations from gurus, mantras, or teachers, right? Yet the ego becomes more decorated, not more liberated. Yuga Shakti does not decorate your spirituality. She burned that decoration. Look at her third eye. Three eyes representing three ways of seeing physical world, the mental world, and the field beyond both. Most people never leave the first two, right? Everything becomes what happened, what did they say, what will happen tomorrow. But the third eye asks, what pattern keeps creating these experiences? One looks at events, the other sees the reasons or causes. Today, this energy asks you something uncomfortable. Which part of you from inside are addicted to your own suffering? Not because you enjoy pain, because pain has become so familiar that part of you do not want to release it or to let go of it. Many people fear healing because healing removes the ID that have spent decades in building. Yuga Shakti tears away false identity before life does it for you. That is compassion, even if it feels fierce. She teaches one lakh. Transformation begin the moment excuses end. Not tomorrow, now. That's what you need to understand. Now, everyone, as I always said, everyone believes that Kali destroys, but very few understand what she destroys. Now, let's see the second energy we get. Wow, the second energy is Ma Chinnamasta. Now the energy changes, right? This energy is even more deeper. This is one of the most misunderstood forms of Divine Mother, right? People only see the severed head, they stop there. They miss the teaching. Ma Chinnamasta is not destruction, she is freedom from psychological ownership. Who is thinking your thoughts? Who is offended? Who constantly says, my success, my pain, my image, my story, my spirituality, my awakening? That voice is the head, not your consciousness. It's just the storyteller. Now I'll say never says destroy the body, always says destroy or understand. The one who believes it owns everything. That illusion must fall. The severed head represents the end of false identity, not the end of life. Remember this. Notice something extraordinary here. Life continues, energy continues, power continues, even after ID is surrendered, right? This teaches one of the deepest truths. Consciousness does not depend upon ego, but ego depends upon consciousness, not the other way around. Most seekers spend years trying to become spiritually important. They want recognition, followers, validation, special experience. But Ma Chinnamasta asks, if nobody praises your spirituality, would you still walk this path? If the answer is no, your devotion belongs to the ego, not the divine. So she also governs the movement of life force when attachment controls prana energy. So that energy becomes heavy. When fear controls prana, energy contracts, and when desire controls your prana, energy leaks. But when awareness governs your prana, life becomes effortless, not easy, but effortless. There is a difference, okay? And there's another hidden teaching here. Many people think surrender means weakness, and Ma Chinnamasta completely reversed this idea. Only someone deeply established in inner strength can surrender ego. Weak people defend identity, strong people can release it. Look again, her face is calm because real power is never dramatic. Only the ego do all those dramas. Truth remains still. This energy asks you today, what identity are you protecting that no longer serve your soul? So think this through, okay? Perhaps you still identify with those old failures, old success, old relationships, or old traumas, or somewhere I'll say even the old spirituality or labels that you put on yourself. Chinnamasta quietly asks, who you would be without that story, right? That's what Ma Chinnamasta is asking you. Stay with the question, do not answer it immediately, let it work inside of you. Now, if I combine these two energies together, my goodness, the message is really, really strong. Message is saying that destroy the ego, right? Now, again, these two energies never appear together by any accident. The first force shatters the age of unconsciousness living within you, and the second remove the identity that keeps rebuilding it. One break the prison, other invites you to walk out. Many people ask for transformation while secretly asking life to remain comfortable. These two teachings offer no such promise. They ask for honesty, for courage, for responsibility, not towards the world first, but towards your own consciousness. As you leave this reading, carry only one question: what part of me is asking to end? Not because it's evil, but because it has completed its purpose. Sit with that question in silence over the coming days. Let your actions, not just your thoughts, become the response of that question. Thank you for sharing this space, this sacred space with me. May clarity become stronger than fear, awareness stronger than habit, and wisdom become stronger than ego. Until we meet again, walk your path with sincerity, with discernment, and an open heart, and let your actions, not just your thoughts, become the response of your inner question. Work towards your inner consciousness. Stay blessed. Thank you so much. Take care.